Broadcasting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, you're listening to the Low Blow MMA Boxing Podcast.
Jorge Hernandez with the Low Blow and SWFight.com here with Jackson's mixed martial artist, Landon Vannata. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
You're about to make your pro debut this weekend at the Mescalero Warrior Challenge. You're fighting Adrian Apodoca here out of New Mexico. How do you feel, man? You didn't have many amateur fights, but you're talented enough to go pro. How is it? How's the anticipation building for it?
It's going great, man. I mean, I feel phenomenal in the gym. All my practices have been top notch. Now it's fight week. I'm weight cutting and everything, and I have more energy. I feel more vibrant than I ever had before. Everything's just going perfect.
You're originally from Toms River, New Jersey. I mean, it's the same grounds as Frankie Edgar there, and you fight at pretty much always the same weight class as the guy. So what do you think of Frankie and just the area that you grew up in, and then you actually moved to Florida a little after, when you were around 10 years old?
So what I think of Frankie, I think Frankie's a phenomenal fighter, man. He's one of the few guys that can pull off what he does, walk around at the weight that he fights at. His tenacity is incredible. His heart is the biggest heart in the game. I mean, that's amazing. Jersey itself, I miss the place. I love it. I still got a couple friends up there. And it's a fun state. Some people call it dirty. I don't think so.
How did you come about into getting into MMA? Was there a specific art that you first practiced, or how did you get introduced to the sport?
My aunt met Randy Couture, I believe it was, and
oh, wow.
she was at some UFC thing, and she got some UFC videos, UFC 30 and 31, and she brought them to me, and I used to watch those all the time when I was younger. I was like 10 or 11 or something like that, and I used to just watch them over and over and over. And that's when I decided to choose this as a career path.
And did you originally start training there in the Tampa area when you were out in Florida, or how did the whole move to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the Jackson's gym take place?
Yeah, I started in Tampa, Florida, at a place called Ultimate Mixed Martial Arts under my original instructor, Brandon Watts, who's a cool guy. And there I picked up wrestling in high school, and I ended up going to Albuquerque for my first time when I was 16 for summer.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what it was like. I was like, hey, man, I might as well go out there. So I went out there at 16, came back to Florida, kept wrestling, went off to college for a semester to go wrestle. And, I missed the sport too much, so dropped out of college, and I found myself back in Albuquerque 3 months later.
And what do you think of the city, and how have they treated there at Jackson's MMA?
The city's nice, man. I mean, I love being up in the mountains and everything, so it works perfect for me. And everybody at Jackson's is awesome, just like a big family over there.
Talk about a little bit about that, because it's just you're in there with some world class guys, and a lot of those guys are also at your weight class, so you get a lot of work there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time I have self-doubt about myself, I look around and just, I look at who I'm training with. And I got Cowboy, and I got Carl Swanson, and Clay Guida, and Diego Brandao. I mean, all these guys, they're just top-notch fighters that I get to train with every day. It's surreal. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, so it's the Mescalero Warrior Challenge down in Ruidoso at the end of the Mountain Gods. We wish you the best of luck. Now, if anyone wants to get in touch with you, where can they reach you via social media, man?
I'm on Facebook, just Facebook/Landon Vannata, LANDONVANNATA, or on Twitter at Vannata, VANNATA, MMA.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck in your pro debut, Landon.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.